Hello everyone, and welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for May 23rd. Please remember to pray for the families of those who were martyred on Easter Sunday in 2019 in Sri Lanka. I do this because other than the saints and Jesus Christ himself and the Blessed Mother Mary, the saints are probably the single most important thing in the church. From Jesus to the saints and to the martyrs. Because as the martyrs go, as the church goes, as the blood of the martyr flows, so goes the church. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it's always been. So, and I'd hardly hear anymore during the masses, and I go to mass all the time. I hardly hear about the martyrs anymore, anybody who's been martyred. So I've taken it upon myself to remember these wonderful, beautiful, perfect, illustrious, sacrificial, loving men and women who sacrifice themselves for the love of the church, for the love of the Father, for the love of the Son, and for the love of the Holy Spirit, never giving a thought to themselves. It is the perfect illustration of love, as close as humans are ever going to get in this world to love. So let's remember them today. So let's begin. At Langres in France, the martyrdom of the Holy Bishop Desiderius, who visited the king as a suppliant in behalf of his people who were maltreated by the Vandal army. The Vandals were brutal. Being forthwith condemned to decapitation, he readily presented his neck, no fear, and being struck with the sword, died for the sheep committed to his charge, and departed for heaven. With him also suffered many of his flock, who are buried in the same city. In Spain, the holy martyrs Epitatius, Bishop, and Basileus. In Africa, the holy martyrs Quincian, Lucius, and Julian, who merited eternal crowns by their sufferings during the persecution of the Vandals. In Cappadocia, the commemoration of the holy martyrs who died by having their legs crushed during the persecution of Maximian Galerius. That guy was brutal. I think Maximian came after Commodus, but I'm not sure. I'll have to read on that today. Also in Mesopotamia, those martyrs who at the same time were suspended in the air with their heads pointing downward, so they were upside down, being suffocated with smoke and consumed with a slow fire. They cooked them to death. They consummated their martyrdom. In the territory of Lyons, Saint Desiderius, Bishop of Vienna, who was crowned with martyrdom by being overwhelmed with stones by order of King Theodoric. At Signada in Phrygia, Saint Michael, Bishop. Curialis, Bishop. In Naples, in Campania, Saint Euphemius, who was a bishop. At Norcia, Saints Eutychius and Florentius, monks, mentioned by the blessed Pope Gregory. And at Born, Edius, a little less anxious. Whatever anger or frustrations you may have seem to dissipate when you hear about those who were merited eternal crowns because of them being decapitated.